The forces necessary to pull it out are about 5 to 10 pounds should be able to manage that. The problems we're having right now are with the spring punchers, and those are harder than they should be. But
okay.
Moving it in and out of the trunk is fairly easy. Mostly want it to be quick and easy to go in there, so they don't have to say, oh, I gotta get the cart trunk and get it in there.
We did not have time.
Okay. Okay. Did you test it out with a few beers in you? Number 5 steps.
Yeah, 7 plus or minus 2 was our.
Okay. And how did you guys come up with those 7 plus or minus 2?
A wise person told us once.
Well,
we had it functioning last week.
Last week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and when we had focus prototypes, we had all the actual mechanisms that are used in the full cart, the full comprehensive cart,
okay.
as our goals were, done more than a month ago, and then we implemented them on the full parts.
Okay.
Well, we took design 5 that met these best and took some of the other bits from other designs that made it even better, like the square pin, which was better.
Oh, well, we believe our analytical prototype is more production ready, and the purpose of the physical one was to ask more questions with another survey. When we did the original survey, there was lots of unknown things. We had to keep it kind of abstract for the purpose of the survey. And now we can go back with the cart and do another one and get more details before. But we do believe that the analytical prototype has more of the specs on weights and parts.
Okay.
I'd say maybe oil where the pins interact with the steel to reduce that friction there, but the bearings are sealed bearings on the wheels. It's painted so that it won't rust or shouldn't rust.
Okay.
And the abrasive resistant material the density is high enough that it should last a lifetime.
We targeted mid-sized vehicles, and the only mid-sized vehicles we don't have access to one mid-sized vehicle there. That's the measure.
And a compact car.
And a compact car, which we discovered could make it fit into.
Could or could not?
It could, yes.
Yeah, so we had to redesigned the physical prototype to go into a Mazda 6. But once we finished it, we were testing it in lots of cars, and it fits in Doug's Mazda Protege. So it fits in a compact car. The only problem is it doesn't. The rear legs do not lock in place. So if it would be a 90-degree square pin, because it goes like 130.
Okay. Good job.
Well, the survey said that most people go shopping 3 to 5 times a week. The cycle itself is actually so you have to do it twice every time you get in and out of the car, So that would be 4 times every time you go shopping, and that would be 3 to 5 times a week. The cycles itself is actually the folding of the legs. So if you're using it at home as a walker device, you're not going to be cyclically moving those legs.
From our survey, when we talked to people that, elderly people, they weren't interested in the quantity of the things that they bought from the store. They would buy in smaller quantity.
What size of the trunk it can fit into?
Yeah, size of the trunk and the type of the steps to collapsing it. If it was dropped out. We've modeled both. We have the analytical model, which we believe is more ready for production with modifications taken from the physical prototype. But then we also modeled the physical prototype during its construction to monitor it. And so everything that broke, we knew.
I think I know what you're saying. What we did for failure is if you take the cart The analysis that we looked at is someone pushing all the way down on their weight, a 300-pound individual like this. The other analysis that we did is pushing it like this, so that that leg, or these legs, start to bend outward, and they start to use that moment to pop those pins. And so that's what we looked at. I think that's what you're asking.
For the diameter of the wheel, we did decide that we needed as large a wheel as possible to increase or decrease rolling resistance, so it would be easy to push. We also selected wheels with maintenance-free bearings that would roll well. The large diameter wheel goes over obstacles very well. As far as the brakes, we forgot them.
Actually, well, we did find parts, purchasable parts that were caster wheels with brakes already on them, and all they needed was a cable actuator. And those actually, they look very similar to the ones that we saw on current walkers with brakes.
The brake would be here. We remember that we needed to put it here before last week.
We looked at the standard walkers that were out there, and they were approximately around 40 inches to the handles. Yeah.
The other big issue that we wanted to do is actually this height right here is only 27 inches, and it only goes up an additional 7, so that's 36 total. That's not right. 30 total. And so it's about that height, but the reason that it's this height is more to do with the trunk rather than the little old lady, because that was the requirement of the trunk specifications.
Yeah, keeping it purely mechanical. Having the cart, we could have it lower handles and a bigger size cart. If there was a motor, it'd have to drop down or go over and kind of settle down and sit at the bottom of the trunk. For the basket to be bigger, and for a more variable height possible. But again, having the extra mechanism required to be put in the car and the extra hardware that would go on the cart knocked them out in the QFD chart when we compared all the measurable specs of the cart and what the needs were. More than needs were satisfied by dropping the complexity.
I don't think so.
During the semester, actually, I got 2 separate comments from people about, well, what if they don't have cars? You know, the neighbor didn't have a car. So it was his first question. I hadn't even thought about it. So it has been, that's maybe what we could roll into the future survey if it was to keep going down the development line.
Good project.
It's about 35, 40 pounds. That's pretty.
And what's the maximum weight of groceries you expect to have it to see?
Around 65 pounds, 60 to 70 pounds.
Did you try the operation of it with that weight of groceries in it, simulator or anything?
That was my question.
No.
No, we did not.
We didn't need to satisfy the goals of the prototype.
Fair enough.
Okay, well, thank you very much.